Welcome to Growing Faith Resources. I'm Katie, a certified Christian educator, and I'm here to help you figure out what's going to work best for your congregation. Today, I want to share with you all about Growing in God's Love, a Story Bible curriculum. So let's check it out. Growing in God's Love, a Story Bible curriculum actually begins with Growing in God's Love, a Story Bible. And this is a fantastic Bible. There are 150 stories in this Bible, and they're both stories that are found in the Old and the New Testament, and they are organized into 13 different themes. And at the end of every story, there are hear, see, and act questions, which make for great discussion, either with your family or with kids in your congregation. There is gorgeous artwork in this story Bible, and it's from many diverse illustrators. We also ended up with a bunch of diverse writers for this Bible. So we were so excited to bring all of this diversity to this Bible, and it's really reflected in what you read and what you see. And we had some fantastic editors for this Bible as well, well-known Christian educators, Lib Caldwell and Carol Wareheim. So now that you know a little bit about the story Bible, let's talk about the curriculum. This curriculum, Growing in God's Love, a Story Bible curriculum, is meant to be a companion for the story Bible. And it's a multi-age curriculum, and there is one session per story, and then the sessions come together to make a unit. And there are 3 up to 5 sessions in a unit. And this is a unit-based curriculum, so that means you get to build your own library of stories that you're sharing with the children in your congregation. We've made this curriculum intentionally multi-aged because it's a relational-focused curriculum. So that means we wanted to focus on things like cooperative learning between the different age ranges. We wanted to focus on the children really doing a lot to work together and build relationship with each other as they work through a unit. So the units are actually grouped thematically. And so you could have a unit around a specific person or maybe a group of people. You could follow an entire story arc for a unit. You may have a collection of similar types of stories or a collection of stories around around specific topics, or maybe a group of teachings. So you might find things like listening for God, which would be an example of a specific topic that things are gathered around. You may find specific people like Abraham and Sarah's big family. You may find some kind of group of teachings like parables Jesus told. So all kinds of ways that we've tried to group these stories together into units that make a lot of sense. But let's talk more about what's inside each unit. So we have an intergenerational session and home ideas for every single session in a unit. And each of these intergenerational and home ideas are themed around 4 topics. The first is worship, then education, connection, and service. So that means for every single session, you're going to have a minimum of one of these 4 and possibly more. And so that means for every unit, you have a lot of ways to really make connections at home. And in addition to that, we've also created an at-home kit guide. And this is something you can download for free. And it allows you to create a kit that you actually drop off at your family's doorstep so that they can do more faith formation at home. And it's really easy and fun for families to engage in this. So I'll show you how to find those at the end. So additionally, in the curriculum itself, we have great background information for the leader. A lot of technology is woven throughout this curriculum. So you're going to go to different websites and look things up. You're going to watch read-alouds. You're going to listen to music. You may go and watch a video somewhere. A lot of things are just woven into the fabric of this. But we've also tried our best to include some activities that don't involve technology, that don't involve a screen, that don't involve an internet connection in case you don't have one or would choose not to use that. We also feature a lot of picture books in this curriculum. So in addition addition to the Story Bible, we have just dozens and dozens of picture books that we've used. Many of them are our favorite Flyaway picture books, and if you'd like to learn more about Flyaway, I'll have a link for you in the description. The final thing you'll notice about this is we have some great resource pages available, and these are just going to enhance each session, and they could be a whole bunch of different things. It just kind of depends on what each session requires. So now that you know a little bit more about the curriculum, let's talk about the flow of each session. So I love this curriculum because it has a very unique flow that you're not going to find in other curriculas. Let's show you what that looks like. So you enter into the space together. This is your gathering time. This is the time where you come together and you prepare for what's going to happen next. Maybe there's a centering activity, all kinds of things. Then you're going to read the story. And this is going to be the story from the Story Bible, so from Growing in God's Love, a Story Bible. Then you're going to pause. And you're going to give time for that story to sink in. Now, this isn't necessarily a time for the kids to sit down and be quiet and not move and not breathe and not think. We provide a lot of guided help with how to use this pause section really effectively. And there are so many different ways to do this, and it really helps the kids that need more time to process before they start speaking about what this story is about. From there, we engage with the curriculum. So this is engaging in curiosity and imagination with the story that we've read. And there's a whole bunch of fun ways that we do that. Sometimes it's through wondering questions, and sometimes it's through different activities. Then we wrestle. We wrestle with how we fit into this story that we've just read. Finally, we bless one another, and this is our sending out time. Additionally, we've also included an additional section called Grow with More. And this section is just some extra activities that if you finish early or you find that there's a specific activity that you know your kids aren't really going to be the biggest fans of, you've got some substitutions and you've got some things sort of in your back pocket if you need some things to either fill time or you just need a different kind of activity for your group. So this concludes the information that I want to share with you about Growing in God's Love, a Story Bible curriculum. You can learn more by visiting our website, www.pcusastore.com/Story Bible Curriculum. There you can download the sampler so you can view a sample session of everything so you can see what this really looks like. You can view a list of all of the units that we have available and that we might be continuing to produce depending on when you're watching this video. You can also download a list of biblical references. So this is going to list out what stories are going to be in which units, and for those stories, it's going to share with you where those stories are found in the Bible. So if that's something you're really interested in digging into, some of the biblical scholarship of this particular curriculum, that is a document you'll definitely want to check out. Now, if you want to download the at-home kit guides, I'm going to show you how to do that next. So you're going to click on the unit that you're most interested in, and then you're going to scroll down to the bottom of that page. And after you scroll down, you're going to see a red button that says download the at-home kit guides. And that is where you will download the guide. Now this guide is a customizable Word document. So that means you can add, edit, and change things as needed, and there are instructions in the guide telling you how to fill it out so that it's super easy for your families when you drop it off for them. Now, if you liked this video and you want to support the work that we do, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know when we post new videos about this curriculum or other fantastic resources that your congregation may love. Finally, I want to say thank you for watching, and God be with you.